Somewhere in this world, while you're living your life and I am building mine, there is an invisible thread connecting us. You do not know my name yet. You do not know the battles I have fought in silence. You do not know how many nights I stayed awake, chasing a dream that nobody else could see. And I do not know where you are right now. Maybe you are looking out a window wondering if life will ever make sense. Maybe you are healing from something that nearly broke your spirit. Maybe you are working hard, praying hard, and trying to become the person you were born to be. But there is something I need you to know. I just want to hug you. Not because I need someone to complete me. Not because I am lonely. Not because I am searching for rescue. I want to hug you because I know what it takes to keep moving when life gives you every reason to quit. I want to hug you because I know what hidden pain looks like behind a beautiful smile. I want to hug you because I know that strong people carry heavy burdens that nobody else sees. And somehow, deep inside my soul, I believe you are carrying your own battles right now. The world teaches people to chase appearances. It tells them to fall in love with beauty before character, attention before loyalty, excitement before purpose. But destiny works differently. Destiny watches who you become when nobody is watching. Destiny pays attention to your decisions in the dark. Destiny measures your character when there is no applause. That is why I am not waiting for you. I am preparing for you. There is a difference. Waiting is passive. Preparation is powerful. Every morning I wake up with a mission bigger than myself. Every challenge I overcome is creating the man you deserve to meet. Every setback is teaching me resilience. Every failure is teaching me wisdom. Every obstacle is building emotional strength. Because one day, when our paths finally cross, I do not want to arrive as a broken version of myself. I want to arrive as a man who earned his future. A man with vision, a man with purpose, a man with discipline, a man who knows how to lead, protect, provide, and inspire. The truth is that success was never only about money. Money is important. Freedom is important. Wealth matters. But there is something even more valuable: character. Because money without character creates destruction. Power without character creates arrogance. Success without character creates emptiness. And I refuse to build a life that looks successful from the outside, but feels empty on the inside. So while the world chases shortcuts, I am focused on foundations. I am building habits, building discipline, building patience, building wisdom, building a future that can hold the weight of extraordinary blessings. And maybe you are doing the same. Maybe right now you are learning lessons that will one day strengthen our relationship. Maybe the heartbreak you survived taught you self-respect. Maybe the disappointment you experienced taught you discernment. Maybe the tears you cried watered the soil of your future growth. Life has a strange way of turning pain into preparation. The experiences that nearly destroyed us often become the experiences that define us. Think about that. What if every challenge you have faced was not punishment? What if it was training? What if every delay was creating timing? What if every setback was creating strength? What if every closed door was protecting you from a room you never belonged in? The strongest people are not those who never suffered. The strongest people are those who transformed suffering into power. And I believe you are becoming powerful. I believe there is greatness inside you that has not fully awakened yet. I believe there is a future version of yourself that would shock you if you could meet her today. A woman filled with confidence. A woman filled with peace. A woman who understands her worth. A woman who no longer needs validation because she has discovered her value. That is the woman I want to meet. Not a perfect woman, a growing woman. Because perfection is an illusion. Growth is real. Growth is beautiful. Growth is powerful. The greatest relationships are not created when two perfect people meet. They are created when two people committed to growth choose each other every day. And while I am becoming who I need to become, I hope you are doing the same. Because our future deserves more than wishful thinking. It deserves preparation. You see, abundance begins in the mind long before it appears in reality. Every great achievement starts as a belief. Every successful company starts as an idea. Every extraordinary life begins with a decision. The decision to stop thinking like a victim and start thinking like a creator. I made that decision. I stopped asking why things were happening to me. I started asking what they were teaching me. I stopped focusing on what I lacked. I started focusing on what I could build. I stopped waiting for opportunities. I started creating them. And everything changed, because the moment you take responsibility for your future, you become dangerous to limitations. The moment you believe your life can improve, your actions begin to change. The moment you stop seeing obstacles as enemies and start seeing them as teachers, your entire world transforms. That is the mindset I hope we share. Not because life will always be easy, but because challenges become smaller when two strong people face them together. Imagine that moment, a quiet evening, a peaceful conversation, no masks, no pretending, no games, just honesty, just trust. Just two souls who fought through their own storms and finally found each other. And in that moment, after everything we survived separately, I will simply want to hug you. Not because words are missing, but because some emotions are too powerful for words. Because a hug can say what language cannot. It can say you made it. It can say I understand. It can say you are safe. It can say you are home. The older I get, the more I realize that life is not about collecting possessions. It is about collecting meaning. The house matters. The car matters. The achievements matter. But memories matter more. Conscience matters more. Purpose matters more. The people you love matter more. One day nobody will remember every stressful day we survived. Nobody will remember every obstacle we overcame. But we will remember how we made each other feel. That is why I believe emotional wealth is greater than financial wealth. And when emotional wealth and financial wealth come together, something extraordinary happens. You create a life of impact, a life of freedom, a life of significance, a life where success is measured not only by what you own but by who you become. My future wife, wherever you are, I hope you are dreaming big. I hope you are refusing to settle. I hope you are protecting your peace. I hope you are investing in yourself. I hope you are becoming stronger than your fears, because fear is a liar. Fear says you are not enough. Fear says your dreams are too big. Fear says your future will look exactly like your past. But fear has never predicted greatness correctly. Every breakthrough in history required someone to move forward despite uncertainty. Every success story began before evidence existed. Every transformation started with faith. Faith in possibility, faith in growth, faith in a future that could not yet be seen. That is how I live. And I hope that is how you live too, because extraordinary lives are built by people willing to believe before they see. People who understand that success is not an event, it is a process of becoming, a process of evolving, a process of continually choosing courage over comfort. Right now, somewhere out there, you may feel discouraged. You may feel delayed. You may feel forgotten. But hear me carefully. Delight is not denied. He is not abandoned. Preparation is not punishment. Sometimes life isolates people because greatness requires development before visibility. A seed spends time underground before anyone notices its existence. Yet that hidden season is essential. Without it, growth never happens. Maybe you are in your hidden season. Maybe your roots are growing deeper. Maybe your strength is expanding beneath the surface. Maybe your breakthrough is closer than you realize. Do not quit now. Do not doubt yourself now. Do not shrink your dreams now. The world needs the person you are becoming, and so do I. There is something remarkable about meeting someone who understands the language of growth, someone who knows what sacrifice feels like, someone who understands delayed gratification, someone who values purpose more than popularity. That kind of connection cannot be manufactured. It must be earned, and that is why I continue working. That is why I continue learning. That is why I continue growing, because destiny may introduce us, but preparation determines whether we are ready when it happens. Remember this, your future is not created by luck. It is created by daily decisions, the books you read, the habits you build, the thoughts you entertain, the standards you accept, the discipline you practice. Everything compounds. Everything matters. Every small action becomes part of a larger story, and one day you will look back and realize that the life you wanted was being built in moments that seemed ordinary at the time. That realization changes everything, because it teaches you to respect the process, to trust the journey, to appreciate the growth that happens when nobody is watching. My future wife, I do not know your face. I do not know your voice. I do not know your story, but I know this. You are not ordinary. You have survived too much to be ordinary. You have overcome too much to be ordinary. You have learned too much to be ordinary. There is greatness inside you. There is purpose inside you. There is strength inside you. And one day, when you fully realize that, your life will never be the same again. So keep moving forward, keep believing, keep growing, keep becoming. Let every challenge strengthen you. Let every setback educate you. Let every obstacle refine you. Let every victory humble you. And let every day remind you that your future is still being written. The best chapters are not behind you. They are ahead of you. The greatest opportunities are not behind you. They are ahead of you. The strongest version of yourself is not behind you. She is ahead of you. And when that day comes, when our paths finally align, when timing meets preparation, when growth meets destiny, when two journeys become one, I will not think about the years we spent apart. I will think about everything those years taught us. I will think about the strength we developed. I will think about the dreams we refused to abandon. I will think about the faith that kept us moving. And after all the battles, all the lessons, all the victories, and all the growth, there will be one simple truth in my heart. I just want to hug you, not because I need saving, not because I need completion, but because two people who have conquered themselves are finally ready to build something extraordinary together. Until then, keep becoming the woman you were born to be. Keep choosing courage. Keep choosing growth. Keep choosing purpose. Keep choosing faith. Your future is brighter than your fears. Your potential is greater than your doubts. Your destiny is larger than your current circumstances. And the life you dream about is already moving toward you. One decision, one lesson, and one day at a time. Believe it, prepare for it, work for it, become worthy of it, because the future belongs to those who refuse to stop growing, refuse to stop believing, and refuse to stop moving forward. Your breakthrough is closer than it appears. Your story is more powerful than you realize, and your greatest chapter is still waiting to be written. There is another truth I need to tell you, my future wife. The world often celebrates what is visible. It celebrates the finished product, the victory speech, the luxury lifestyle, the success story, the applause. But very few people talk about the invisible years, the years of uncertainty, the years of sacrifice. The years when you question yourself and keep moving anyway. Those are the years that shape destiny. Those are the years that reveal character. And those are the years I am living right now. Maybe you are too. Maybe there are days when you feel exhausted from carrying responsibilities nobody notices. Maybe there are moments when you wonder if your effort is worth it. Maybe there are nights when your faith is tested by silence. If so, I want you to remember something powerful. The strongest diamonds are created under pressure. The tallest trees survive because their roots learned how to grow through storms. And the most extraordinary people become extraordinary because they refuse to surrender during ordinary days. Your future is not being built on your best days. It is being built on the days when you continue despite doubt. That is real strength. Anyone can believe when everything is working. Anyone can stay motivated when results arrive quickly. But true champions continue when the evidence has not shown up yet. True visionaries keep walking when the destination is still invisible. That is the kind of woman I hope you are becoming. A woman who does not let temporary emotions control permanent decisions. A woman who understands that patience is not weakness, patience is power, because patience allows you to stay committed long enough for miracles to catch up with your effort. You see, there is a version of your life already waiting for you, a version where your confidence is stronger, a version where your peace is deeper, a version where your dreams are reality, a version where you no longer question your value, because you have fully accepted who you are. Most people never reach that version of themselves because they quit too early. They stop one chapter before the breakthrough, one lesson before the wisdom, one step before the opportunity. Do not make that mistake. Keep going, keep becoming, keep evolving. The future rewards consistency more than talent, and while I am building businesses, chasing visions, and creating opportunities, I am learning one lesson over and over again. Success is not about getting more. Success is about becoming more disciplined, more focused, more resilient, more grateful, more intentional. Because when you become more, life naturally gives you access to more. The external world always reflects the internal world. That is why I no longer chase outcomes. I chase growth. Because growth creates outcomes automatically. And maybe that is what destiny is teaching both of us right now. Maybe it is teaching us how to become the people capable of carrying the future we desire. Imagine meeting someone before you learned the lessons you needed. Imagine receiving everything you wanted before developing the wisdom to protect it. Sometimes delays are blessings in disguise. Sometimes waiting is protection. Sometimes separation is preparation. The timing that frustrates you today may be the timing that saves you tomorrow. That thought changed my life. Instead of asking, "Why is this taking so long?" I started asking, "What is this season preparing me for?" Everything became different. Frustration became education. Obstacles became opportunities. Challenges became training grounds. Suddenly life stopped feeling random. Every experience carried meaning. Every struggle carried a lesson. Every setback carried hidden value. And maybe your current season carries hidden value too. Maybe the thing that feels unfair right now is developing a strength you will desperately need later. Maybe the obstacle standing in front of you is secretly introducing you to the person you are becoming. Trust the process, not because it is easy, but because growth rarely feels comfortable. The caterpillar probably does not understand the purpose of the cocoon. Yet the cocoon creates the butterfly. Your current chapter may not make sense yet, but that does not mean it lacks purpose. One day you will connect the dots. One day you will understand why certain doors closed, why certain people left, why certain plans failed, why certain opportunities disappeared. And when that day comes, gratitude will replace confusion, because what felt like rejection was actually redirection. What felt like loss was actually protection. What felt like delay was actually preparation. My future wife, I hope you never underestimate your potential. The human mind is powerful. The stories you tell yourself become the reality you experience. Tell yourself you are weak, and your actions will follow. Tell yourself you are incapable, and your choices will reflect it. Tell yourself you are destined for greatness, and your behavior begins to transform. Everything starts with identity. The most successful people in the world do not simply have different opportunities. They have different beliefs. They believe growth is possible. They believe failure is temporary. They believe learning never stops. They believe their future can be bigger than their present. That belief changes everything. So today I choose belief. I choose vision. I choose faith. I choose courage. And I hope you do too, because somewhere beyond today's challenges, a remarkable future is waiting, a future built on purpose, a future built on love, a future built on growth, a future built on two individuals who refuse to settle for average. Until then, continue becoming extraordinary in silence. Continue building yourself when nobody notices. Continue investing in your mind. Continue protecting your peace. Continue believing in possibilities larger than your current circumstances. And whenever life feels overwhelming, remember this: you are stronger than the obstacle. You are bigger than the fear. You are more powerful than the doubt. You are more capable than you realize. Your story is still unfolding. Your breakthrough is still approaching. Your future is still calling your name. And somewhere in that future, after all the growth, after all the lessons, after all the victories and setbacks, after all the moments that shaped us into who we are meant to become, there will be a moment of stillness, a moment where two journeys finally meet, a moment where struggle turns into gratitude, a moment where destiny becomes reality. And in that moment, with a heart full of appreciation for every lesson that brought us there, I will smile and think the same thing I am thinking right now. I just want to hug you, my future wife, because some dreams are worth the wait, some connections are worth the preparation, and some people are worth becoming your best self for. And if I could send one message through time, one message that would somehow find its way to your heart before we ever meet, it would be this: do not lose yourself trying to be loved. The world is full of people who abandon their identity for acceptance. They shrink their dreams. They lower their standards. They silence their voice. They become smaller just to fit into places they were never meant to belong. Peace. Me, you will never do that, because the woman I am waiting for is not someone who sacrificed her soul for approval. She is someone who protected her purpose. Someone who remained authentic when pretending would have been easier. Someone who stayed true to her values when compromise seemed more convenient. Never apologize for having ambition. Never apologize for having standards. Never apologize for knowing your worth. A rare soul should never feel guilty for being rare. There is a reason eagles do not fly with every bird. There is a reason diamonds are not found everywhere. There is a reason greatness is uncommon. The things that carry the most value are often the hardest to find. And that includes people. That includes you. You were not created to follow every crowd. You were not created to live someone else's dream. You were not created to spend your life seeking permission to become extraordinary. You were created for more, much more. I know there will be moments when the road feels lonely, moments when your vision separates you from people who only understand comfort, moments when your growth makes others uncomfortable, moments when your dreams seem impossible. But understand this: loneliness and isolation are not the same thing. Isolation is often where transformation begins. Every great inventor experienced it. Every visionary experienced it. Every leader experienced it. Before the world understood them, they had to believe in themselves. Before the applause came, there was silence. Before the recognition came, there was sacrifice. Before the success came, there was struggle. That pattern never changes. The universe rewards persistence. Life rewards preparation. And destiny rewards courage. That is why I hope you never stop betting on yourself. Not arrogance, not ego belief, pure, unshakable belief. The kind of belief that allows a person to keep moving when nobody else understands the vision. The kind of belief that survives criticism. The kind of belief that survives failure. The kind of belief that survives uncertainty, because confidence is not loud. Confidence is quiet. Confidence wakes up early and does the work. Confidence keeps promises to itself. Confidence chooses discipline when excuses are available. Confidence understands that success is earned in private before it appears in public. That lesson changed my life. The world sees outcomes, but outcomes are only shadows. The real work happens where nobody is looking. The late nights, the difficult decisions, the sacrifices, the habits, the commitment, the invisible effort. That is where destinies are created. And maybe, right now, while you are reading this, you are in your invisible season. Nobody notices your effort. Nobody understands your vision. Nobody sees the sacrifices you make. But do not let that discourage you. Seeds grow underground long before anyone sees a flower. The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Growth is happening. Progress is happening. Preparation is happening, even when nobody can see it. Even when you cannot see it, trust that. Trust yourself. Trust the process. And, most importantly, trust your potential. My future wife, I hope you know that happiness is not a destination. It is a way of traveling. Too many people postpone joy. They tell themselves they will be happy after success, happy after money, happy after achievement, happy after some future milestone. But life does not work that way. If you cannot appreciate today's blessings, tomorrow's blessings will never feel enough. Gratitude is a multiplier. It turns ordinary moments into extraordinary memories. It turns challenges into lessons. It turns setbacks into stepping stones. That is why I choose gratitude. Not because life is perfect, but because gratitude gives power over perspective, and perspective shapes reality. Two people can experience the same storm. One becomes bitter, the other becomes stronger. The difference is perspective. One sees punishment, the other sees preparation. One sees failure, the other sees feedback. One sees obstacles, the other sees opportunities. Choose the second perspective, always, because your future depends on it. The quality of your life will ultimately reflect the quality of your thoughts. Guard your mind carefully. Protect it from negativity. Protect it from self-doubt. Protect it from limiting beliefs. The mind is a garden. Whatever you plant repeatedly will eventually grow. Plant fear, and fear expands. Plant confidence, and confidence expands. Plant gratitude, and gratitude expands. Plant vision, and vision expands. You become what you consistently think about. That truth is both terrifying and empowering. Terrifying because it means your excuses cannot save you. Empowering because it means your future is not fixed. You can change, you can grow, you can evolve. You can become someone completely different from who you are today. That possibility is beautiful, because it means your best days are not behind you. They are ahead of you, far ahead of you, and maybe that is why I think about you sometimes. Not because I know who you are, but because I know what you represent. You represent possibility, you represent partnership, you represent a future built on shared purpose, you represent another human being who understands that life is about growth, contribution, and becoming. That kind of connection is rare, and rare things are worth waiting for. So if life is challenging you right now, do not retreat. Rise. If life is testing you right now, do not surrender. Adapt. If life is stretching you right now, do not resist. Expand. Everything extraordinary requires expansion. Every breakthrough requires discomfort. Every transformation requires courage. And courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite fear. Remember that. The next level of your life is hidden behind the fears you are avoiding. The opportunities you seek often live outside your comfort zone. The future you dream about requires a version of yourself you have not fully become yet. Become that person, little by little, day by day, decision by decision, habit by habit, until one morning you wake up and realize you are no longer the person who once doubted herself. You are stronger, wiser, more disciplined, more peaceful, more capable, more powerful. That transformation is available to you. It is available right now, not someday, not next year. Now, the moment you decide to take ownership of your life, the moment you stop waiting for permission, the moment you stop negotiating with your potential, the moment you start acting like the future is already watching, because it is. Your future self is watching every choice you make today. Make her proud, make decisions she will thank you for. Build habits she will benefit from. Take risks she will celebrate. Become someone she will admire. And when all of that growth finally leads us to the same place, when all the separate roads become one road, when all the lessons become wisdom and all the struggles become strength, there will be a beautiful realization. Nothing was wasted, not the pain, not the waiting, not the uncertainty, not the setbacks, not the tears, not the sacrifices. Every experience served a purpose, every chapter prepared the next one. Every lesson carried us closer to who we were meant to become. That realization alone will make every difficult moment worth it. And as we stand there, looking back at everything that shaped us, I know exactly what I will feel. Not regret, not frustration, not sadness. Only gratitude. Gratitude for the journey. Gratitude for the growth. Gratitude for the timing. Gratitude for the person you became. And gratitude that neither of us gave up before the story reached its most beautiful chapter. Because sometimes the greatest love story is not about finding someone. Sometimes it is about becoming someone capable of building a life filled with purpose, abundance, peace, and meaning. That is the mission, that is the journey, that is the dream. And until destiny writes the next chapter, keep moving forward, keep believing, keep growing, keep shining. The world has enough people who gave up. Be one of the few who kept going. Your future is waiting, and it is more beautiful than you can currently imagine.